Alright, we're going to do the same thing that we did yesterday, creating the sprite that describes our shape with another one. So right here, I've got an S. I'm creating a square. I've got my information in here. Remember, because we copied and pasted, we duplicated our code from yesterday, and then I changed it from hexagon to square, and I said 4 sides. So now what I'm going to do is come over here to my sprites. I'm going to click on this sprite because this is the one that talks about my pentagon. I'm going to right click on here so I can duplicate it. And when it duplicates, it's just going to say pentagon 2. I'm going to have all the code I had yesterday, but it's actually going to say information about a pentagon. I'm going to do this and just make a few changes so it's a square. The first thing I'm going to do right here is I need to change this event block to the letter S because that matches my square in my coding. Then I'm going to come over here into costumes, click on my information here, and I'm going to take away where it says pentagon, type in the word square, and I know my square has 4 sides and 4 vertices, so I need to change these 2 numbers. So that's all I'm going to do for that. Now the only thing I need to double check is my location here describing my square going to work with my square that's drawn. So I'm going to go ahead and hide that. I'm going to click this and my letter S.
Hello, I am a square. I have 4 sides.
All right. This tells me it's in a good spot. My square is right here, and I can see my shape. So that's the only thing I may have to change sometimes is the location of the descriptive sprite and change the word on the sides. I do need to change this also. It needs to say square as my sprite name, not pentagon 2. So just watch this video when you need to add this. And then you're going to do all of this information for all 4 of your shapes. And then what we're going to do after that is we got to add additional shapes. We need to teach all 6 shapes that we have on our page. I'm going to show you guys a shortcut to do that. So everybody give me a moment and look up here. I currently have coding for a pentagon and a square. And I do have a hexagon here. And I have an octagon. We're going to pretend I don't have, I'm trying to think, which shape am I missing? Triangle. I don't have the shape for a triangle. So I'm going to show you guys the shortcut to get the triangle. All right, so everybody, eyes on the Promethean board. I don't want to do all of this code by itself. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to use the hexagon because I've got my text-to-speech here. So I'm going to right-click and duplicate it right here. I'm going to put it right next to it so I don't lose it. I want a triangle, so I'm going to click the drop-down button here, click on a letter T. It's okay if it's in the same location because we're only going to see one shape at a time. I'm just going to click down, change my repeat to a 3 since I know I have 3 sides to a triangle, and I have to change the degrees. It's a 120-degree turn to make a triangle. Now, I still have my description here about a hexagon. We double-click in here, change the word from hexagon to triangle, change the number of sides to 3, because 3 sides and 3 vertices. Don't have to change anything else. Now, I have added a triangle.
Hello, I am a triangle. I have 3.
That's not a triangle. Actually, it may be, I want to change my pen size. My pen size is a little too large. All right, so I'm going to erase that. We're going to try the triangle, 120 degrees. There we go.
Hello, I am a triangle.
I've got my triangle there. I might want to make it a little larger. So you can make those few changes because sometimes your shapes you had you were making it smaller on steps because of how many sides it has. So, the triangle having 3.
Hello.
I didn't
I am
erase
a
it.
triangle.
That's fine. Now, I've added the triangle because I didn't have anything at all. I just duplicated all of that. I'm going to come over here as a refresher. Click on either one of the sprites that you created for a shape. Right click, duplicate. First thing you want to do, take rid of whatever it says with the number 2. Type in your new shape, triangle. You need to click on the costume so we can change the information in here. This is just what we did also in the text-to-speech block. Double check that you have periods after each sentence and they start out with a capital letter. It's going to read it exactly the way you type it. So if you don't use any punctuation, it's going to have a giant run-on sentence. Now I need to double check my location. Oh, and don't forget to come in here. I already did that. Change that to an S. Not an S, change that to a T for triangle. All right, we're going to test it out.
Hello. I am a triangle.
I don't even need to run through it. This lines up really well, so I don't have to worry about that. So that's what you do to completely add a new shape, because the goal is to have all 6 shapes on here. Now when I scroll down a little and look at my shapes, these 2 don't have the text-to-speech block. So I'm not going to pull them all over separately. I'm going to drag this down, duplicate, take that back to my triangle. I'm going to slowly work my way down with this, add it to my block. This is an octagon. I need to change this information so it's about an octagon. I'm going to do the same thing with any shape that I have not updated yet. And then I'm going to copy the description sprite again and make these changes. All right, so the goal is for our major project is to have all 6 shapes. I will talk to some classes about other 2D shapes that we can have that you can add in here. And then the final information we're going to do is putting in our instructions on our project page. I'll do that in another video. Keep remembering, always save now. If you don't see that here, click on File and then click Save Now. The last 2 days, Scratch is not auto-saving anything. Once again, if you have any questions, email me back.